Hey, what's up, Delaware Church? That's right, you did it. You accomplished. For the last 30 days, we have been reading God's Word together. We have one more day of reading, and today is our last devotion day together on the books of Proverbs. Isn't that amazing that we have accomplished that together? We have read the whole book of Proverbs together. That's awesome. God is so good, and He has given us great abilities and capabilities. When we make a little bit of commitment, we apply some self-control to our lives, we set some time aside to God's Word, we are rewarded with accomplish great important things. And let me tell you this, there are a lot of great important things in life, but one of the top priorities for us should be to read God's Word, and you accomplish this very important, uplifting, encouraging, comforting, thriving thing, which is to read God's Word. Maybe you have started a new habit there, right? Of taking time aside to read God's Word every day and just stop and meditate. See, one chapter a day, a little bit at a time, one verse, two verses a day, it is enough for you to accumulate success in reading God's Word. So keep it up, keep on doing it, keep reading, all right? We'll do this again in the near future. But today, we will devote over the chapter 30 of Proverbs. Today is February 9th, and we're asking those three little questions. What has God highlighted to you? What is He, how does it make you feel? And what is God calling you to do? So, chapter 30 of Proverbs, man, I read this chapter and the title of it, I put it in my own Bible, said, fascinating chapter. Yeah, I wrote it right there, right? You know, I write on my Bible, and it's like, I wrote a fascinating chapter. There's so much in this chapter for us. But really, the verse 1 was really spoke to me loud and clear. And I was like, whoa, how many people at the Love Action Church can identify with these two statements that is given here on this verse? Let me read it. Proverbs chapter 30, verse 1. The man declares, I'm weary, O God. I am weary, O God. And I'm worn out. Man, I was like, oh my goodness, I can identify with these words right here and right now in my life. I'm weary and worn out. How many of us in the last year, the year of 2020, at the beginning of this year, have said those two statements, maybe to your spouse, maybe to your friends, maybe even to God. God, I am tired, I'm worn out, and I'm weary. And so I was starting to thinking about my own life and how do I know if I'm weary and worn out? How do I know? How do you know? Pastor Sam's a little weird about a few things. Self-assessment is very important to me, so I ask a lot of questions about myself, about my own life, about how, and so as I was here just thinking about it, I feel like, man, there are times I'm weary, I'm worn out, I'm about to collapse. That's how I feel, and when I feel that way, I notice there are a few things in my life that changes negatively. Like, for example, my mood changes so much. I'm not very pleasant to be around. I can't control my words as I would like to. My energy really goes down. I don't have the energy to do things that I like to do or that I should be doing. I don't get to prioritize my things because I lack energy. Right, my immune system suffers. I get sick often when I'm tired and worn out. I get sick all the time when I'm on that state of life, and my decision making just really suffers. Right, my decision making as a leader, as a pastor, as a husband, as a father, really lacks and is really suffer, and as a citizen, it really suffers. So we're just trying to cut corners and making a poor decision. So I ask myself few questions to know if I'm tired. When my mood's not well, my energy is not there, I'm sick, I'm getting sick all the time, decision making, I can see I'm not being very productive. I ask few questions, right? So I wrote those things in my Bible, right? And it's okay for you to write it, meditate it, write it down. It sticks to your mind. So I start looking at myself, it's like, is it hard for me to, I ask these questions. Is it hard for me to sleep? Am I trying to get energy, like quick fix for energy? Am I craving energy? Is my emotion out of controls? Is the things that I like to do, like my hobbies, like playing soccer, is that something that I don't want to do it anymore? Is that hard to make decision? Is my memory Is it hard to recall things in my memory? Is my memory failing me? Am I getting sick too often? I'm not being able to control my emotions, so I'm doing things out of impulse. Is my impulse is controlling me? I can't control my impulse. I'm just making decisions and saying words out of that. So I ask those questions. I go down and I start saying, is that hard for me to sleep? Is if it's hard for him, so most people think that if it's hard for you to sleep because you're tired and you're worn out. No, that's not true. When you're tired and you're worn out, weary and worn out, that means that your body's producing hormones to keep you alert. That keeps you from sleeping. So you need to be aware of that. When I'm looking for quickly fix of energy, I'm start thinking like, am I drinking 10 to 12 to 15 cups of coffee a day, 2 Red Bulls? I do that, and I start to realize when you are looking for a quick fix for energy like that, there are some things that are out of whack in your life. Your eating habits are not good. Your sleeping, your night routines are not good. Your exercise routine is not good. You have to put those things into order, right? You need to eat well, exercise well, and create a nightly routine that will help your body to settle down, your mind to settle down, so that you can fall on that state of the mind and of the heart and of the soul that will get you ready for sleeping. Is my emotion out of control? I ask that all the time. When I am tired, and I don't know about you, but every time I'm tired, my emotions reign me. I can't reign my emotions. I just can't control my emotions. I just allow my emotions to really take over my life. My responses to the things of life is based on a lot more what I feel than what I think or what I should do. And then is the things that I like to do, like the hobbies. It's like as I think about doing the things that I love to do. For me, it's like playing soccer. For you, I don't know what your hobby might be, but every time you say the word soccer and you feel like, oh man, I'm not gonna do that today. I'd rather watch TV. That means you're tired. That means you're worn out. That means you're about to collapse. If those things that bring joy to your heart, you can muscle up the energy to do it. That means you're worn out. You're weary. The other one is this: how's your decision making going? If your spouse is criticizing you for your decision making, if your co-worker is criticizing you for your decision making, if your boss is taking you to a corner and say, hey, you gotta make better decisions here, it's because you are weary, you are worn out, you're about to collapse. So it is important for you to eliminate options in your life, and so that you don't have to be parsing which decision to make. It is important for you to eliminate the option of making decisions. I know there are some people won't have to make decisions, but if you can eliminate some of the options in your life to make decisions, do that so that you don't have to be expending energy in thinking about things. Is your memory failing you? If you're becoming forgetful and you need to, it's because you're tired. So here's my advice: if you're getting forgetful, go to bed, get sleep. If you're getting sick, you notice that you're getting sick all the time. You cannot get a sickness off. It's because you're weary. Your body's worn out, it's about to collapse. You know what else you need to do? Go to bed early. Go to bed. Sleep. The other thing is like your impulse control is not so strong. You can control your impulse. Here's the thing: everybody gets grumpy, right? We all get grumpy. I get grumpy, you get grumpy. It's just part of life. Being grumpy is fine. What is not fine is making people around you grumpy, right? So like a grumpy person, someone who can control his impulse. He's not only grumpy, he's making people around them grumpy. So you have to take control of that, right? Do you want to know what you do when you are doing things out of control, of impulse? Silence. Silence is important. Just silence. Just don't do anything that you regret later. So I often ask those questions about myself, like, I look into myself and I see all those things. You can go through and read it again. And I look at, and if I am tired and weary, I find time I talk to Laura and I say, hey, I'm tired. I talk to the kids, I'm tired. I need to go to bed early today. Or I let the staff know, and and I say, hey, today I need to take a day off, or something like that. But you need to find time to rest, and resting means just find time to invest in yourself. It might be sleeping a little late, it might be going to exercise, might be just going to bed early, or wake up late, or eating better, just find ways of eating better that day or that week, or so on and so forth. So what do you do? Like that, I'm curious. If you're weary and worn out, about to collapse, what is it that you do? What are some of the strategies you have done in your life in order to be restful and mindful, and being able to control your emotions, and be able to sleep well, and be able to get the energy you need for the day, and do your hobbies, and so on and so forth? What do you do? I'd love to hear what you do. Comment below. What does it make me feel like? Make me feel like I need to continue to explore myself and figure out if I'm weary and worn out. What is God calling me to do? I think God is calling me to be smart with the 24 hours He has given me. Remember this: God has given 24 hours to all of us. The same 24 hours He gave me, He gives you, and what we do with it will determine the result of our days, of our weeks, and our months, and our year. So I think God's calling me to be smart about how I use my 24 hours that He's given to me. So. Right, I'd love to hear your input on this. Just comment below. It's our last one, so I would love to hear one more time from you, and finish it up, chapter 31 tomorrow, and then boom, you did it. Proverbs is gone. We're gonna be working on another book in the near future here, so heads up on that one. Until then, I'll meet you on Thursday nights at 8 p.m. On our online community event, as we continue to explore the topics that we study together in God's Word on Sunday morning. All right? See you later. Be blessed.